Hello guys, welcome back, Ray, with another Phasmophobia video. Now, of course, I had to come back to Phasmophobia, seriously, I mean, that's literally a must-have. Like, I literally was coming back to this game no matter what, because I've been really enjoying it. I know it's very terrifying, it's always been a terrifying game, especially since its release, but it is a really fun game. Now, I did change my settings, specifically my controls, to how a lot of console player guides have actually did, especially the running. Running is very important, especially when you're looping the ghost. Um, and R1 is cycle, which is originally triangle. Makes it simpler to use. You can quickly change. Yeah. And then these two buttons, which is the local push to talk and global push to talk, which is like your radios in your proximity chat in game if you're playing with other players or friends of yours. And these are actually interfering with the R1 and L1 buttons up here when you're going through your journal. So it can override your settings and your controls. So it's really good. So running is much easier now. All I have to do is just hold L1. And it's very important. But anyway, let's go ahead and start this, shall we? I'm not gonna bring any equipment. I'm just gonna go default. So no violence. Okay, that's good. That's really good. Yeah. Obviously, we want the thermometer as well. You know, I just changed my controls. I'm already not used to it. That's kind of a bad sign. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Is this the ghost room? Also, I made a mistake in one of my previous videos where I actually one thing I did not know about the Onryo is the fact that the Onryo likes to light candles. And if you extinguish those candles, it can initiate a hunt because it gets very angry. What's going on here? Is this the ghost room? I just heard a footstep to my right. Temperature is going down. Is this the ghost room right here? Perhaps. Doesn't look like it. Don't tell me it's in the basement. Because that would suck. No. It's probably one of the beginning rooms. Probably like at the very... Is it right here, perhaps? The car alarm is going off. I'm gonna go check my sanity real quick before I go any further. As you all know, sanity is very important in Phasmophobia. Um, Sanity's still pretty good. Probably because I've been in the light. That's good. So the car alarm is going off, which that's glorious. Oh yeah, you're really starting my patience here. So is this the ghost room? Yeah, it's the ghost room. I see my breath. So I'm going to leave the journal right here, just in case if it decides to write. So we found the ghost room. That's good. So it's not very active. Is it a shade, perhaps? It might very well be a shade because of how inactive it's being. You never know. I'm gonna check for orbs as well. My god, I hope it's not a demon. If it's a demon, oh, that would suck, man. Wait, did I just see ghost orbs? I didn't see ghost orbs. No writing. Oh, man, I don't know. I don't know if that was orbs. I'll have to go back and clip that because I didn't see. I think we can rule out Yuri because my sanity isn't really going down, so I think we can rule out Yuri. Because, again, sanity is really not being affected here, so we can go ahead. I think we can rule out Yuri anyway. I don't know if it's freezing temps because, well, I didn't see it. Now, here's the problem. Our setup timer has just expired, which means if it's a demon, it can literally initiate a hunt the moment we walk in the building, which is really not fun. But I'm going to stop being a wuss, okay? We're going to stop being a wuss and we're going to do this together. Because from my last Phasmophobia episode, I told you guys that the demon is the only ghost in the game that completely ignores your sanity. It can literally hunt you even at 100% sanity. So that's really not ideal. Has it written yet, perhaps? No, it has not. Yeah, goodbye. Yeah, I'm leaving. Okay. So far, I think it's Ghost Orb. I'm just going to go ahead and say it's Ghost Orb because I didn't see, but I'm pretty sure it's Ghost Orb. Sanity is still okay. Again, if it's a demon, so far, activity, it isn't too bad, I suppose. This is where it gets tense. Again, that setup timer is gone, which means they can hunt us at any time now. So, it's not a Hantu, I don't think. Or it's not a... It can't be a Djinn if it's Ghost Orb. Let me check something real quick. I hate this stick trip, guys. If there's one thing I want for Christmas this year, is a new controller. Because the controllers I have right now suck. I have two right now, and both of them are fucked. Pardon my French, but I'm just saying the truth here. Also, Kinetic Games, if you watch this, here's something you can probably do to make it less complicated. You should be able to slide the bars across. You cannot do that, I do not know why, but you have to make a precise shot. Like that. It should be to where you can slide and not spend literally hours trying to get the right audio to your preferred setting. I could very well go into my death. I hate the stick drift, man. This isn't Kinetic Games' fault. I just want to say something right now. I do not know how Sony can fuck up a PS5 controller stick so fucking much to the point to where it's actually worse than PS4. I mean, seriously. I have been dealing with stick drift ever since PS4. And PS2, PS1, not PS1 because PS1 didn't have sticks. PS2 and PS3 sticks were golden because they were hollow, meaning that they never could go into any one direction. They were always fixed, and they would never, ever put random inputs that you're not putting in and do random shit. So I don't know why Sony give away with those and give us the shitty sticks. Like, seriously, it baffles me that Sony would trade these freaking sticks for such shittier sticks. I do not understand why. Like, I did not push left there at all in the slightest, but it just went left anyway because, well, duh, stick drift. And it's a game that I have, it's literally a problem I have with most of my games, including The Sims 4, Red Dead Redemption 2, Red Dead Redemption 1, and now Phasmophobia as well. So it's really fucking infuriating, and if there's one thing I would really want for Christmas this year, it's just 2 brand new controllers with hollow sticks, because this is infuriating. Like, it really is infuriating. Also, if it is Ghost Orb, we don't have to deal with it being a demon, like I thought, so... That's provided that I actually got that right. Why is the car alarm going? Hold on. I'm looking at Reiju here. Excuse me, but I think we have a bit of a dilemma here. A Reiju is a demon that thrives on electrical current. While generally calm, they can become agitated when overwhelmed with power. Strength. A raiju can siphon power from nearby electrical by making it faster. Raiju are constantly disrupting electronic. So the EMF, Ghost Orb, and Dots. Alright. So, if it is a Raiju, and if I'm just guessing, if I'm purely basing on this, then it wouldn't be UF. So we can go ahead and put UF back. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's bring Dots in then. Watch me be wrong this entire time. I don't think a Raiju has any hunting benefits if it is a Raiju. I mean, why is it interacting with the freaking car alarm so dang much? I mean, can you explain that to me? I mean, seriously. I'm putting Dots here as well. Come on, pick it up, man. Thank you. I'm gonna go back to the truck and see if we can get any activity in there. Better not hunt me now, thank you. Okay. Especially if it hunted there, I would have been in a dead end. Alright. There should be a time we can get some evidence now. And I don't see any ghost orbs. Also, do you see this? How the camera is going through the barrel there? That's a little weird. So far, nothing. I did turn off the lights. I'm not seeing nothing. And we can't see the book because it's on the floor here, so I don't know if it's written it or not. Also, what's the name of the ghost? Hold on. Doris Maudsley. Okay. Okay, well, so far I'm not seeing no dots. No ghost orbs like our original... Wait. Was that a ghost orb? Wait, is that the book right there under the car? Alright. I think we can rule out dots because it's not interacting with it. Because they're written in the book. Yes, it has. Okay, so that's ghostwriting for you. You better not initiate a hunt. I will fucking murder you. Thank you. Alright. So that's ghostwriting. So that leaves us, if Ghost World is correct, and I'm not just seeing shit. Like, I didn't see any ghost doors when I went in there. Pardon my French, by the way. Yeah, I'm not seeing it on dots. Activity is a 1 currently. I don't see any dots, so I think we can rule out dots. So that rules out Fae. So that means it can either be a mare or a revenant. If it's not ghost orbs. Which I didn't see it. That being said, if I didn't see ghost orbs correctly, it could be a demon. Which means it could literally hunt at any time. I'll bring UF in there, or EMF. I'll bring something in there at least. Man, I'm scared to go in there, dude. It can literally hunt if it is a demon, and I'm not seeing Ghost World correctly. Activity is spiking a little. It just knocked my camera off. What a bastard. Well, we know where the ghost room is. That's where it's going to likely initiate and start a hunt, so... That being said, if it starts a hunt, what I'm going to do is I want to go over here and hide in this bedroom. Or hide in one of these rooms and close the door. Now, do keep in mind that during hunts, an EMF will go to 5 immediately, but that does not mean... Okay, it's done. Get me out of here. Alright. So, coming to the conclusion of that, that was a hunt survive, let me tell you. That was one scary scenario, but I did judge it fairly. And with that being said, um, we can safely rule out it's a demon because it hunted even with high sanity. Wow, wow, that's fun stuff, man. Yeah, wow. But is it a demon though? I just want to make sure. Haha, it is a demon. Perfect. Wow. That was amazing. And again, I was able to determine that it was a demon just because it hunted so early and because my sanity was still high. Again, a demon completely ignores your sanity. So I almost made a mistake there from not putting my EMF down. So if I did not put my EMF down or turn it off in time, it could have found me. So I'm glad I turned it off in time. So, because that could have been a grave mistake. That could have been a very big, grave mistake. My heart was racing there when it started hunting too. But knowing that it started in the ghost room like it usually does, most of the time when it starts a hunt, it will start in the ghost room. So I immediately ran into the room, shut the door behind me, shut off my equipment, turning off the lights, and yeah. So that's what I did. And it worked out beautifully, and I leveled up. I actually leveled up twice because of that. That was epic, man. Epic. Epic. Epic, let me tell you. Yay. Also, they still haven't fixed this bug. Kinetic Games fixed this bug where whenever you hit basketball hoops, there is a bug where when you put a ball in the hoop, it doesn't actually count, or it does count, even though the basketball doesn't actually go in. So you get literal score for not getting it in, which is a little bit weird. So please fix that. But that was an investigation well done, let me tell you. I didn't get really any evidence except ghostwriting. But again, judging by how early it hunted, and because of how high sanity, how high my sanity was, I was able to quickly determine that it was a demon. Because a demon, like I said, is the only ghost type in the game that completely ignores your sanity level, and it can literally hunt the moment you enter the door. And the same thing applies for a banshee, but only if you're placed for the target, because a banshee is the only ghost that completely ignores average sanity. And I explained this in my last Phasmophobia video, where it only targets individual sanity and it goes for its targets first. So it doesn't target any other player except its target's sanity. So if its target sanity is low enough, then it will hunt its target, and it will completely ignore the other players. The only exception to this rule is if anyone other than the target of the Banshee enters the building and starts a hunt, it will go after them first. But if the target enters the building again, then it will resume hunt of its target. So again, the Banshee is kind of a unique ghost in that sense. It's also one of the most scariest ghosts because he'll be targeting you, and you won't know it until it's too late. So, yeah. So yeah, again, the breath in the garage was kind of a telltale sign that it was freezing, but again, Kinetic Games changed it to where you can't rely on your breath anymore. The thermometer has to go below 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius to determine if it's freezing. Again, you can't rely on your character's breath anymore. Um, the only thing that the breath is useful for now is actually finding the ghost room, which is good to know. But it doesn't directly mean that you have freezing temps anymore, like it did in the past. So yeah, amazing. And as soon as the hunt started, I knew exactly where to go, and that's how I survived. So the demon is not like the Deogen, obviously, to where it knows where you are. Uh, so the only way, okay, Deogen is the only ghost in the game that knows exactly where you are at all times, even if you break line of sight, and the only way to counter it is to actually loop it, because it's really slow. So you can easily outrun it because it is very, very slow. And it's the only ghost type that you cannot hide from. So yeah. I'm happy, man. I'm really happy. Look at that. We literally ruled out that it was a demon just because of how early it hunted me and because of my sanity level. You love to see that basic knowledge of Phasmophobia. Because demons completely ignore sanity level. Yay. Perfect. Perfect. Yay. And luckily I haven't sprinted either. So another major thing that came in handy there is because I didn't have any sprint used up, so I was able to quickly sprint into that room and hide for the duration of the hunt. And how I knew the hunt was over is because when I tried to turn on the light came on. So before, you would always know that if the ghost was still hunting, if your light was flickering. Your light only flickers if the ghost has a line of sight now, and the only way to figure out if it's still hunting is if the light's turned off, and if you actually try to turn the light on, it doesn't come on. So that's the only way to tell if a hunt is still going. And if the hunt is over, then you can actually turn the light on. Again, the only exception to this being if the breaker is turned off. So if the breaker is off, you might have a harder time finding out the hunt is over. So yeah, it's really difficult in that situation, though. I'm a happy man, though. I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. That is a successful investigation, let me tell you. We may not have gotten any evidence, except ghostwriting, but just because of how early it hunted me, uh, and because of how high my sanity was when it did so, I was able to quickly determine that it was a demon. So yeah, that is literally insane, dude. And basic knowledge of where to go when it started, my heart started racing, but I kept a straight face. I didn't get scared. I quickly went to the room, shut the door, shut off my equipment, and just stood there in silence. So that's literally what you need to do in Phasmophobia. Just keep a straight face, know where you're going to go when it starts a hunt, if it starts a hunt, which 90% of the time it does. uh, Especially if your sanity is low, but in my case, it didn't matter because it was a demon. So, yeah, that was some damn professional kind of shit right there. And I got 300 XP from that, and I leveled up like 3 times. It was either 2 or 3 times because I think I was level 3 or 4 when I leveled up. So, yeah, that's pretty impressive, I would say. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this guide, or not this guide, but this episode of Phasmophobia. I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace.